Yeah. Hey everyone, Rob here from Daisho Tactical. Doing a video today on my favorite do-everything rifle. This is my Aero Precision LVPO rifle. I use this for teaching LVPO curriculum at the department I work at, and it really is my favorite all-around gun, and kind of some stories behind it, how it got this way, and just going to do a video showing you why I made the choices I made and the different equipment on this rifle. We're going to do it on the tabletop. Okay, now at the workbench, I'm going to go over the parts on this rifle from muzzle to stock. First thing, I run a Silencer Co. Velos LBP can. This can is phenomenal. I've had it for about 4 months, probably about 1,000 rounds through it, and I just absolutely love it. It's a performer. LBP stands for low back pressure. It's not technically a flow-through can, but it works the same way. It's a similar technology. And I'm not like a super can expert. I have shot quite a few. This is one of the quieter ones on a 5.56, and I tell you, I've never had any gas blowback with this rifle shooting this can. In fact, I've shot it on my one of my SBRs, fairly high round count, never had any blowback at all. Love this can. Can't say enough good things about it. It's really impressive. Past that, we'll talk about the light. This is a Cloud Defensive Rain 3. Got this about a month ago. Kind of a new light for me. Absolutely love it. It's kind of in between the Streamlight ProTac, which I traditionally use because I'm a poor, and the higher end like Surefires, which cost like $500 all in. These cost about $300. Comes with a switch. It's just a great light. Puts out a lot of candela, over 100,000 candela, so it really punches that beam a long distance. And when predominantly I use this rifle for like longer range stuff, kind of overwatch operations on buildings, might have to do a target ID in the dark at 100 yards, 200 yards or so. This light really gives me that capability. Definitely far superior over the Streamlight ProTac, which is an affordable light, but it has issues. Moving on, you'll see at the 6 o'clock rail position, I have a little Picatinny rail there. That is for my Atlas bipod. I really like Atlas bipods. They rock. They're expensive. They're stout. Also like Harris. For fast deployment, I think Harris is a little better. It's also a little more affordable, but these things are rock solid. Big fan of Atlas bipods, and that's why I use it. It does have to be removable though. A lot of people would put like their bipods permanently on their rails with the M-lock attachment, and then you're carrying all that weight, the worst possible spot on the end of the rifle all the time, when the vast majority of the time you're not even really deploying it. So recommend you always have your bipod be quickly removable. Rails, standard Aero Precision Atlas R1. Barrel is Ballistic Advantage 14.5 inch fluted barrel. I got this barrel and this upper because I wanted to take a bunch of weight off the rifle. This rifle used to have a different upper on it. It had this one right here, which obviously I still have. This rifle is a LaRue Stealth barrel, 14.5 inch with a Surefire flash hider on it. It's also an Aero Precision Enhanced upper, which has a lot of extra material right in here. All that material added a lot of weight. Now this was a very accurate upper. Shot about 1.5 MOA consistently, but man, it was heavy. So all in with everything else on the rifle, it was over 12 pounds. My goal was to drop the weight significantly, and I knew I was going to need a new upper and a new barrel to do that. So I kept the old upper, mostly because I wanted to be able to go back if this experiment failed. I didn't want to burn the bridge, so I still have that. So to replace that upper, switch to the Aero Precision Atlas R1 rail. It's much lighter rails. This upper is just a traditional simple AR-15 upper. It's not their enhanced version, so that's also lighter. And then this barrel in particular is fluted. It's designed to be very light. Overall, changing out this upper and changing to a slightly different stock, I cut 3.4 pounds off this rifle. Now it comes in under 9 pounds, where before it was just over 12. Made a huge difference. The concern was, is that loss in weight gonna cause a significant loss in accuracy, because this barrel's, this was about a $240 barrel retail. I got it cheaper than that, but it's a not as high a quality barrel as the LaRue Stealth, and I was worried I was going to lose quite. In fact, I expected to lose accuracy. So cutting almost 3.5 pounds off your rifle, that's a lot of weight. So there's something to be said for you're going to be able to shoot the rifle better in certain positions, standing for instance, because you're going to be able to stabilize it easier because it's a lot lighter. So even though the barrel is technically not as accurate, you can shoot the rifle more accurately because it's lighter and it's easier to control. So initially it was shooting about 2 MOA, so I lost about a half MOA of accuracy from the last barrel. But once it warmed up at about 300 rounds, it tightened up significantly, and it's about just under 1 MOA, very consistent. This is one of the best shooting AR-15 barrels I've ever owned, probably the best shooting AR-15 barrel I've ever owned, definitely under 1 MOA. That's with 62 grain Fiyoshi training ammo. The rifle particularly loves that ammo. It's what we use for training right now. I can throw some groups up here, but it absolutely, once it's sped up and warmed up, it outperforms that LaRue Stealth barrel all day. People are like, well, Ballistic Advantage is a discount brand. Yeah, but I tell you what, they make a hell of a fluted barrel. The gun's accuracy predominantly comes from the barrel, and this barrel is absolutely phenomenal. Highly recommended. Moving on to the optic, which in my opinion is pretty much the heart and soul of the rifle. I have a Vortex Razor 2 E-model on a Geisley rail mount, and then piggybacked up here I have a Trijicon RMR. I've had this scope for several years, a lot of rounds down it. It's got the MOA reticle. I wanted the MRAD, but it wasn't available when I bought this one, so I got MOA. It's not that big a deal. One of my favorite scopes of all time, favorite LVPO by far. Nothing fancy, rock solid, little heavy, really good glass. Running the RMR up here is something relatively new for me. Used to run it on a 45 offset over here on an ADM mount, and that was really fast and really natural for me to shoot that way. But I wanted something kind of piggybacked on here just in case I had to shoot in a gas mask, because I thought we were going to have some riots coming up, but ended up, thus far, hadn't panned out. But I think overall, this piggyback mount is probably the smarter way to go, even though I really love the offset 45. Still getting reps in on shooting the RMR and the piggyback mount. Shooting with that chin weld is a new thing for me, and I'm still working it out. Moving on, pistol grip, standard Magpul K2 grip. Like the more vertical orientation, and I just wrap some self-adhering bandage on there. I replace this, I don't know, twice a year. Just makes it a little bit grippier. It's just something I like to do. As far as the stock's concerned, just a standard Bravo Company B5 enhanced SOP mod stock. Love this stock. The old stock was a Magpul STR, which is a nice stock as well, but it's also a little heavy. Part of losing 3.4 pounds off this rifle was switching to the B5 stock because it is lighter. One of my favorite things about it is, unlike the STR, it doesn't pull whiskers out of my face when I'm shooting it. I always had that problem with the Magpul stock, and it was really annoying and really distracting, so big plus on that one. As far as the sling is concerned, I'm biased, but it's one of mine. It's a Daisho Tactical 2-point padded sling, obviously in multicam. It's got a 10-inch little padded section on here. Not more padding than you need, just enough to sit where the rifle actually comes in contact with the shoulder blade. Made out of tubular nylon webbing. I'm not going to beat it up too much. You guys know what they are. Other than that, it's got a Geisley SSAE trigger in it. Really big fan of that trigger. And that about covers the rifle. Overall, it is a hell of a performer. It shoots generally just under 1 MOA, and it weighs just under 9 pounds. So cut a lot of weight off the rifle. So that's all I got for my do-it-all Aero Precision rifle. Love this rifle. A lot of people ask, why do you shoot Aero Precision? One, because I'm poor and I got bills. And two, because it just works and it just performs well. I own BCM rifles, Daniel Defense rifles, Colt rifles, and everything in between. This rifle outperforms all of them. So don't discount, quote unquote, budget brand or mid-tier rifles. The bullet doesn't lie. If the damn thing performs, it performs. Thanks for watching. Time for the post-video shameless request for support. If you guys like my content, you want to see more of it, please like, subscribe, hit the little bell. You guys know how YouTube works. Better yet, support my channel. Go to my website, daishotactical.com. There you can find a variety of products that I make myself at my workbench. I make a variety of slings in a bunch of different colors, quite a few different models. I also make shooting bags. any money spent at the store really does help me moving the channel forward and making more content for you in the future. Thanks for watching.